Have you ever stopped to think about what's going on inside you right now? Every living thing, whether it's a giant tree or, well, you, is constantly solving this massive logistics problem. It's all about how to get supplies like food and oxygen to trillions of tiny cells, and then how to haul away all the toxic waste. It's a nonstop delivery and garbage collection service that literally makes life possible. So, how does nature pull it off? Let's dive in. So, yeah, this is the big question, right? It's way more complex than just eating a meal or taking a breath. We're talking about the incredibly intricate internal networks that keep us and every other organism up and running. And you know what? The solutions that life has come up with over millions of years are nothing short of genius. All right, first up, let's talk about animals. The main solution to this whole transport problem is the circulatory system. The best way to picture it is as a massive, super efficient network of highways, with traffic constantly moving through every part of the body. Now, let's look at how these highways are built. On one side, you have the arteries. These are the main expressways carrying blood away from the heart. And because that blood is under high pressure, the walls of the arteries have to be really thick and elastic. Then you've got the veins, which bring the blood back. The pressure here is a lot lower, so the walls can be thinner, but they have these really clever little one-way valves to make sure all that traffic only flows in one direction, back to the heart. Okay, so we've got the roads, the whole highway system mapped out. But what about the traffic itself? What is this precious cargo that's moving through our bodies, carrying everything our cells need to survive? Let's zoom in on the powerhouse of the whole system, the heart, and the life-giving liquid it moves around, blood. This is where the action really is. You see, blood isn't just some simple red liquid. Oh no, it's a complex cocktail of different things. Most of it is this fluid called plasma, which is what everything else travels in. Floating in the plasma, you've got the red blood cells. They're the dedicated oxygen delivery trucks. Then there are the white blood cells, which are like your body's personal security team, fighting off any germs. And finally, you have platelets, the emergency road crew that rushes to the scene of a cut to form a clot and stop you from bleeding. Every single part has a vital job to do. Here's a question for you. We all know blood is red, right? It's one of those things we just know. But why? What actually makes it red? Well, the answer is hiding inside those little oxygen-carrying red blood cells. The secret ingredient is a special molecule called hemoglobin. It's a pigment, and it just so happens to be red. But honestly, the color is just a cool side effect of its real job. Hemoglobin is incredibly good at grabbing onto oxygen when it's in the lungs and then letting it go when it gets to the cells that need it. Without this amazing molecule, our bodies would have no way to efficiently move oxygen around. Now let's get back to the heart, because its design is just brilliant. It has 4 separate chambers, and this isn't random. It's a super smart design that works like a sophisticated traffic interchange. It keeps the oxygen-rich blood coming from the lungs totally separate from the oxygen-poor blood coming back from the body. This separation is a masterpiece of efficiency, and it's what allows us to have so much energy. And you can actually feel this incredible pump in action. If you put your fingers on your wrist, that little throb you feel is your pulse. Each beat is 1 heartbeat. For most people, just relaxing, that's somewhere around 72 to 80 beats every single minute. It's just a constant reminder of that engine working away 24/7, keeping your internal highways flowing. Okay, so we've got the delivery service down. That's fantastic. But every busy system also generates a lot of trash, right? So what about the other side of logistics, waste disposal? Let's take a look at how the body's ultimate cleanup crew gets the job done. This process is called excretion. Now, we're not talking about leftover food here. This is specifically about filtering out all the toxic chemical byproducts that our cells create just by being alive. And getting rid of that stuff, it's absolutely crucial for survival. In us humans, this waste goes on quite a journey. First, all of our blood flows through the kidneys. Think of them as incredibly advanced filters that pull all the bad stuff out, like urea, while sending the good stuff back into the blood. That waste then gets mixed with water, and that's what becomes urine. From there, it travels down these tubes called ureters to the bladder, where it's stored. And then finally, it's expelled. It's a remarkably effective cleanup system. Okay, now let's completely switch gears. Plants face the exact same challenges. They need to move water and nutrients around, but their toolkit is totally different. They don't have a heart, they don't have blood, so how on earth do they manage? This is such a great puzzle, isn't it? I mean,
Think about a giant sequoia tree. How does it get water from its roots in the ground all the way up to leaves that are hundreds of feet in the air, fighting gravity the whole way with no mechanical pump? The answer is just a beautiful piece of physics.
So the first part of the solution is a network of tubes called xylem. You can basically think of these as the plant's plumbing system for water. They form this continuous network of tiny pipes running all the way from the tips of the roots, up the stem, and out into every single leaf. And then, for delivering food, plants have a completely separate set of pipes called the phloem. This network is in charge of taking all the sugars that are made in the leaves, during photosynthesis, and distributing that energy to all the other parts of the plant that can't make their own food, like the roots or the flowers. And this right here, this is the secret. This explains the engine that drives the whole system. As water evaporates from the leaves, a process called transpiration, it creates a tension, a kind of suction. It's exactly the same thing that happens when you suck water through a straw. This gentle pull is strong enough to draw a whole column of water all the way up to the top of the tallest trees. It's a completely silent, passive, solar-powered pump. Just incredible. So what we have here are two totally different but equally brilliant solutions to the exact same fundamental problem of internal transport. So let's put them side by side and see how they stack up. This table breaks it all down perfectly. On the animal side, you've got an active, muscular pump, the heart pushing around a complex fluid, blood. On the plant side, it's a completely passive suction pull powered by evaporation, moving water and sap. Animals use one big system for pretty much everything, while plants have two separate plumbing networks, xylem for water and phloem for food. Just two completely different but totally effective engineering masterpieces. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? When you see these incredible solutions, from a powerful beating heart to the silent, steady pull of water up a tree, it's just awe-inspiring. It begs the question, if this is how nature solves a logistics problem, what other mind-blowing secrets of engineering are hiding all around us, just waiting for us to notice them?